Entrepreneur Hetty Boachie-Yiadom believes that building and monetizing your brand should not wait for the new year, but instead believes that business owners should utilize any time they have to build their businesses and look for opportunities in the digital space to do that. Well, she joins us now to give some tips on how business owners can use the opportunity to grow and monetize their brand. Hetty, thank you so much for your time and for joining us in our studios this morning. I think for a lot of businesses, the last 2 years have been particularly difficult, hit hard by the effects of COVID-19. Some businesses, in fact, managed to somewhat bounce back this year, but all eyes are on 2023 and how they can grow even more. What are some of these sort of initial tips that you would give businesses, business owners right now listening into our conversation to say, these are the things you absolutely need to get in a row to ensure that 2023 is not just smooth sailing, but also an opportunity to scale up?
Absolutely. So I love this time of the year. It's such a great time of the year to reflect and to plan ahead. And what we are saying to all of our clients and all of the people that we work with is, number one, you want to have a monetization strategy going into 2023. How much money do I want to make? How can I better leverage the online space to actually generate an income? What are the other revenue streams that are available in my industry that I haven't actually taken advantage of? By answering some of these questions, it helps you to begin to strategize for 2023.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the digital space itself, I mean, it's massive and equally competitive as well. I mean, how can a business, sort of carve out a unique space of their own in a space that is so convoluted and has so many options for consumers?
So one of the first things that we need to realize is that monetization is a science. So many of us are on the online space, many of us are on social media, but not all of us are making money from it. So often at times what we find is that our clients have the knowledge of what they do. So for example, we've got a medical doctor that we work with, amazing lady, really good with her patients, but her knowledge is within medicine and ours is in monetizing online. So what she does, we allow her to do her work, and then we are able to come with marketing strategies to ensure that there's feet that is coming through the door in terms of the practice. So that's how you kind of balance the two, is recognizing that monetization is a science on its own and really incorporating that within your business.
I mean, so how does a business that can't necessarily afford to outsource that element of their business do just that? Is it as easy as, just creating a YouTube page, or is it as easy as creating some sort of a platform or profile on Twitter? Are there sort of concrete steps that one can take to ensure that your name is out there, your business is out there for people to see, and that consumers have a clear understanding as well of what the business is about?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, be cognizant about who you're following. So for example, on our social media page, it's great for startups. We've got lots of videos, lots of tips, lots of content for you to actually consume. So that's the first thing that I would recommend a person to do, because then you are actually consuming the relevant information that's going to help you to build your business.
I know one thing that you're quite big on, Hetty, is, business owners knowing and understanding their clients and not veering too far away from sort of those core values and core standards. How important is it for a business owner to ensure that the business that is, put out there for the public is authentically what they initially engineered it to be?
Yeah, so we are very big on that, because what we find is that when you don't have a clear understanding of who you're targeting, the value you're bringing to the table, and what you are offering your client, you end up going in many different directions. So when we have a strategy set out for you, we are able to pave a plan for you. It's almost like your GPS coordinates that take you to your destination. And that becomes very, very important, because it means that we're able to follow a well thought out strategy. This is really important because it makes sure that you are getting in front of the right people. The time that you spend on social media has a return on investment. And then also we're able to put measurable metrics for us to be able to really measure the impact of the work that we're doing as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good and well to have the plan, you know, to have the strategy. But if COVID-19 taught us anything is that, you know, bumps in the road sort of just come up when you're least expecting it, and sometimes they're as massive as a global health pandemic that has a ripple effect across everything pretty much. Does having a strategy like this, a plan of this nature going into the new year, also help to sort of, you know, create some sort of a buffer when sort of, you know, emergency situations come up or things that you haven't planned for or expected come up? Does it help in that as well?
It definitely does. So interestingly enough, 2020, when the pandemic hit, was the very first time that corporate organizations spent the bulk of their advertising spend in the digital space because they had a captive audience. All of us were on our phone. All of us were on our laptops. So the digital space has actually grown in leaps and bounds since the pandemic. That means that an opportunity exists for entrepreneurs. We've got one client, she's an accountant, and interestingly enough, she would always attend physical conferences and workshops. She says, Hetty, how do I get clients now without being able to attend them? We say, you continue with your accounting services. Let's help you with the online space so that we put you out there to reach a wider audience. Now she's so busy, she can't even attend the conferences anymore. But that's the beauty of the online space, is that it provides us with an organic market that we can reach at a bigger pace than going from place to place physically.
Yeah. One of your mantras that I really love, Hetty, is the fact that, you know, one shouldn't wait for some sort of future date to get started on something like this. Any time is the perfect time to get started. And what comes to mind is the sort of growth of influencers, right? You have these individuals who were stuck at home, had a brilliant idea and put a camera in front of them and just got to work, you know, and have managed to build these businesses in a short amount of time. What's your advice to people who are kind of kicking the can down the road and have this idea that at some point I'll be able to enter the digital space? I don't have the resources right now, even though I have a smartphone or whatever, but I don't have the resources right now to get this done the way that I would like to get it done. What's your advice to those business owners?
I definitely agree with you that now is the time. There's no better time to get started than now. We work with individuals that are influential within their industry. So what a lot of people don't realize that even as professionals, you have a personal brand. As a medical doctor, as an accountant, as a lawyer, you can become influential within your industry and build your personal brand to be a subject matter expert. That's what's so exciting about the online space, is that it provides these wide range of opportunities which are very, very exciting.
Great. Well, Hetty, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for joining us in our studios. That was Hetty, the entrepreneur, joining us there, helping a lot of business owners, who I know many of you are watching this morning, how to expand on your brand and grow that monetization strategy. Up